G'day, how yous all going there? This is Ian Harris from Australia here, your acrylic guru, Ianapolis. Now today I'm going to do a simple painting of an owl in a tree and maybe a moon lit behind him. You saw the picture in the opening credits, and that's what we're going to do today for all you beginners out there. Something quick, simple and easy. And I'm going to use it, and I'm going to do it on a canvas board. And the canvas board, I'll probably use it that way actually. Canvas boards are good for beginners because they're practical and they're a decent size, they're not big. Alright? Now the size of the canvas board, there they are right there like that, in centimetres. And the colours of the paints we're going to use, they're just going up the screen there like that. Now I like to pull myself aside so you get to see the words going up. See them going up? Anyway, got to get on with some painting today. But you know what? I'm bloody happy because we're painting, and I love getting into my painting corner. We're going to do it all in acrylic. Sometimes you might hear a little mouse. Oh, it's not doing it now. Maybe when they're wet, my gloves make little noises, Anyway, so let's get started. Alright, normally I start off painting me canvas white, but I'm going to do this in blue, phthalo blue, okay, but same, I'm going to wet it and everything, and we're going to be using retarder. Alright, so come down to my palette right here. Alright, I've got some good quality phthalo blue there, and I'm putting a dollop of my retarder there, and I'm going to get a brush, and I'm getting it into the tips of the brush there, and then I'm ladling it up. Okay, good old phthalo blue. Okay, so we're getting our phthalo blue, and as normal, where did you go, Jeff? There you go. Sure. I'm going to paint that owl you wanted me to paint.
Yeah, good one, good one.
Now I'm going to start painting this canvas board in blue, phthalo blue.
I like that colour.
You like?
That's my favourite,
Is it? Favourite colour blue?
Yeah.
So now, what I'm going to do, Jeff's here is going to tell me what to paint, okay? Some of you are familiar with Jeff there. So I'm wetting the canvas board. It's a canvas board, it's not a stretch canvas. And that allows the paint...
Did you make them, mate?
I made these ones, yeah, I do make my own, yeah.
It's bloody good,
Oh, I like making it. You save $1. Woohoo! Anyway, what we got to do here is we got to incorporate some paint onto the canvas and make it all happen. All right. Anyway, let's get on to it. So that water helps this paint. See, this isn't a flow paint like my white paints are. So you'll notice it doesn't flow across the canvas as lovely as the flowing paint does. But we'll get it on there anyway. I'm going to put a bit more water just to help it slide along. Look at that, see? It's beautiful. Get some more paint. Geez, it's using a lot of paint. That's why I use the flow paint. Yeah, so we'll get this all on there. Crisscross it in. There's a lot of little potholes in this canvas, Jeff.
Looks like it.
And when it's a bit sloppy and wet, you can crisscross it in. Let me just look at the what's that, a monitor, isn't it? Yeah, the monitor there, see if we're in camera. Now, we'll get that across like that. See, I'm brushing the brush strokes out. Now, you like that phthalo blue, don't you, Jeff?
That's lovely, mate.
Huh?
That's a lovely colour. Yeah.
Now, see, look at something. Can you see all those brush marks in there, eh? What do you think of that, good or bad?
Well, it's all right, especially if your painting's going that way.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have said it. You really want them gone. If you're a beginner, this is for beginners out there. So what I want to show them is, all right, you got brush marks in this, but let's just get rid of them.
How do you do that?
Well, what I'll do, I'll get a sponge. It's a fine sponge. Some sponges are coarse and some are fine. So I'm just going to...
You use that for your dishes, eh?
Yeah. Now I'm going to just... See here, let's see if this will work.
Oh, got you.
It's sort of... Well, we could probably just do that. I'm just learning as I go here myself.
You bounce out the top there?
Yeah, that's because I've got it on the upright position. Now see there, it's getting all the brush marks out. But to do that, I've convexed the sponge so we're not getting the edge like I did up there. See?
That's clever, mate.
That's it. We've got the overhead light there coming in all the time. Gee, it's taken a long time just to put one base colour onto this canvas board, isn't it, Jeff?
It is, mate.
Alright, that'll do.
Yeah, you can't see any brush strokes in that now.
Alright, we've got that done. Jeff's going to tell me now what he wants me to do next, but before we do that, I've got to wash this sponge, alright? Okay, that's all clean now. Now, what do you want? What do you want next on this?
Well, since it's for me, I thought a nice old moon round about here.
You want a moon? You want a moon in the sky?
I do.
How do you want your moon? Just there, or do you want it participating?
Full moon, though. Full moon.
All right, you want a full moon? That's all I need to know, because some people like half moon, some like full moon. All right, down here, I am getting the good quality structured white paint with retarder in it, and I'm mixing it with the pouncer, getting it mixed and stamping it on. Get all that crap off the edge of the pouncer there. Okay, and I'm loading the pouncer up like that, all right? So that pouncer surface is full as a bull. All right, Jeff, where do you want your moon? In the middle or up the top?
Well, I think up the top look a bit better, I think.
All right, we'll put it high. So this is going to be the centre of our moon. This has already got retarder in it. So there's our moon. And now we've got to get the size of the moon. So I'm pressing reasonably heavy. And as I'm turning this pouncer around. Try and keep that in a round circle. Now what I'm going to do is just start bringing this out to a glare, and the pouncer itself is starting to come lighter, the circle is coming wider, and it's going to come like that, just enough so I can come back with my beautiful brush and start blending it. I think that's about enough. Well, let me just look at the monitor there. That looks all right. All right, so we've roughly got the size there. Now we're going to grab a blending brush, and I'm going to blend this now into that beautiful blue. So let's start on. And what I'm going to do, Jeff, I'm on. See, I can probably just do it like that. A little twist here.
I can see that.
You can see what I'm doing. I'm not actually twisting the buggery out of it. Now see here, I've got to get rid of those stampy looks. So there I've got a twist. See, I'm twisting that into the blue. There we go. This centre bit I'm stabbing and stamping. Now out here, don't forget, your brush is always building up paint, so you've got to wipe it. Now let's dance that out there. We want a beautiful trend. I love transitions, Jeff, in the paint. You've got to have a beautiful transition. See, so we're getting that glare evaporating into the blue, so it's like it was made in a factory.
Well, look, misty a little bit too, wasn't it?
Yeah. Now see here, down here, yeah. I've got to blend that as well, but we've got definitely no scratchy brush strokes in it anymore. They're all gone. So that's good. So that's all blended. Come up here, wipe the brush. So we'll blend all this. Oh, I wish I've got to stand on my tippy toes. And what I'd like to achieve here, it's just that beautiful, now we'll stamp this bit, that beautiful glare of the moon, and then we'll intensify it. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
You hear me?
Yeah, I'm with you, on the same page.
You know what, you hear what I'm saying?
I got you.
All right. Now this sky doesn't have to have clouds and whatnot in there. All right, down here I'm getting some dioxine purple with some retarder in there, just to give the bottom and the corners a bit of depth of darkness. All right, so we'll just darken up the bottom here, Jeff. Yeah. So I'm going to stamp it on, just up. See, can the people see there? Yeah. I'm sort of going to come like that.
Yeah, that's all right.
All right, just up there like that. Get it right in the bottom there. do. See, it's on there. It looks a bit iffity-affity. Now we'll grab our blending brush and we'll blend this as well into the phthalo blue that you like. And see the transition? That's what I'm after again, a beautiful transition. Wipe your brush. Twist on and off. It's all sorts of things are happening here. Wipe the brush. It's just giving the bottom a bit of, it's not just all blue. A bit of depth, that's the word I'm looking for. Alright, that's, I mean you can keep going until the cows come home with that, but that'll do for this tutorial. So we've got
a lot of cows.
Yeah. Now let's not waste some of that dioxine. Maybe put just a little bit in each corner there, just like that. We've put it there, wipe the brush and then blend those corners just a bit darker as well. See that?
Yeah, that's right.
That's done. And that one's done. That'll do it.
That's right.
Okay. What do you think of that, Jeff?
Yeah, it's just subtle, but still stands out, if you know what I mean.
I hear what you're saying. No?
You got me?
Yeah, I'm on the same page. I hear what you're saying. So we could have that a big round sharp moon, but I think it sort of looks all right like that, don't you?
That would make it a bit cartoony, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so we're sort of looking for, I don't know if it'll be mystical or something arty, you know? I shouldn't have my back to the people there. No. Actually, if you get over there, Mr. Green.
Am I getting over here?
There you go. There you go.
No,
so, do you want any sort of, I don't know, what,
well, stars maybe? That's nice.
Well, yeah, I think the amount of stars we put in here, we can probably do by hand.
Correct.
So we'll grab one of these brushes. We'll just see how this will go.
What kind of brush is that one?
Oh, it's just a small brush. Just a small one, small enough to put some dots on there.
Anything special? Or
no, it's not special.
More expensive?
See, just like that.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll get some stars on there. Some of them can be big. Now, what I put in here, hang on a minute, Jeff.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell everybody to come in a bit closer though, so they can see what we're doing.
Well, how about you come on in and see a little bit more of what we're doing here.
Now, Mr. Jeff, the stars that I put into this glare, out here,
I'll be brighter.
they're heavy, okay? But in here, they're just light, because they're sort of behind that misty glare of the moon.
It's a bit further away though.
Yeah, so everything's in front and behind where it belongs. Now, we don't want to go overboard with this. We'll get a few in. That star there, we'll make that the big one. There's always a big star in the sky. That's because I've moved and made it look like a line instead of a star. So we just bump them on. Don't think. Some light ones in there. Oh, my hands are so shaky.
Gee,
That'll do it, eh? What do you reckon?
that looks alright.
All right. So now, how do you want your owl, your tree, or whatever? What we'll do? That's the background of our picture.
Well, you'd like to make that more the, you know, you don't want to like have it just stuck in the background. You want it to be still become a bit of a feature. So I thought that the tree to the side of it.
So you want a tree.
Yeah.
We'll put a branch and an owl on a branch.
Out, yeah.
Too easy, eh? All right. So
Would be easy for you, mate.
Well, it's easy for anybody when you know how to do things. It's not that hard. It's just knowing how to do things. So we'll get a tree up here, and we'll work out the colours what we're going to use for the tree. All right.
Good stuff.
What I'll do is I'll use Van Dyke brown, white, and yellow oxide for our trees. They're the colours. We'll work out the tree about there. Now, this background, everyone, I've blow dried that so it's not going to get disturbed with this foreground stuff. So we'll work out our tree. So our moon's there, so we've got to virtually highlight this side of the tree. Can they see that? Let's bring them in a bit. All right, we'll start on this side, and I'll get a stick to support my hand. And what I want to do is just sort of come across the trunk like so. I'll get the other side of the knife loaded up. I'm getting it on there, and then I want it a bit wider across the trunk. Yeah, like that, about there. Something like that. Because I want to create roundness in this trunk. So this is just the yellow oxide now that I'm putting onto the Van Dyke brown. See, it's going in. See, so what I'm going to do here, see, I want to join them up. Come on. Anyway, there we go.
That looks pretty good.
It's a bit cartoony at the moment. Now I'm going to mix up a bit of Van Dyke brown into that yellow oxide just to marble it. So we've got a marble look and a bit of white. Come down here and have a look. Alright, so I'm grabbing the white and I'll put some some yellow oxide into the Van Dyke brown, and I want this marbly, see, like that's how I want it there. Just that marbly look there. And I'll load the knife up. Okay. And I'm dancing it on the canvas there. Bit up the top here. I'm sort of bringing it around following the shape of the trunk. So we've got all those colours underneath. Let's get some on the other side so I can get the bottom done.
See what you did there?
Yeah.
You got a bigger knife.
Alright, now I'm just getting a smaller knife and highlighting the top of this branch where our owl's going to sit. Just a get some highlights on there. Here we go. Now that's highlighted. Now I just want to top that off with some white highlight. Alright, now we'll just carefully get a white highlight coming down the side of here. I don't want it too bold, but just enough to be noticed.
As we do in life, I reckon.
What's that you do in life?
Be a little bit bold, but not be too much noticed.
A bit bald or a bit bold?
Bold.
Yeah, so I'll get the other side of the knife loaded so I can get the bottom of this trunk. You can do this with a brush if you have. I have trouble with knives. And we'll come across the top of this one as well. I mean, our owl's going to be there. We don't want to be too particular. Anyway, there we go. Okay, I've penciled in the outline of an owl here, and I'm going to block it in with white paint so as all the other colours are working over a primer type of thing. That way they won't become too frustrating and transparent. So we'll get this blocked in white. Okay, I've got him all blocked out in white, and then I'll start adding some the colours and then the features. Now this owl, I do not have a traceable for it, but you can find any picture of an owl off the net and incorporate it onto your tree if you want to do this layout. Now I've got my yellow oxide and raw sienna, and I've still got some white there, so they're the three colours we'll use for this owl. Alright, we'll start off with the yellow oxide and get bits coloured in. Now that white, I dried that with my hairdryer. Now see how this yellow oxide's sitting on that white? If I was painting that on that blue, it would not show like that. So we'll get this all over here done. Have a couple of big eyes there. I'll add lights and darks in this. I'll just get the base colour on there, the main colour of the owl, which is this yellow oxide. And now I'll start with his belly. We'll get that a bit past that white so you don't see the white underneath. There and there. Now we'll start with his belly and we'll start getting some, I'm just wiping that brush, I'm not washing it, getting some white on there. And I want to bring some white up through his body. Just like this. Get some more on there. Alright, and we'll probably put some white in the top of his head here. And in his ears, well not his ears, he's got big eyebrows here. It'll all come together once we darken it up with some. Now what I'm going to do is grab that brush, I'm wiping all that paint off it, okay, and this paint here I want to sort of, just in a little bit of a way, get rid of some of the ugly brush strokes, just sort of neaten it up here and there like that. Just being fussy, but that's all.
Bit of detail on this one, eh?
I'll just get the glare out of the way. Okay, I've just finished blocking in the yellow oxide. Now I want to sort of give him some of those big... Now if this is too wet, which I think it is, I will turn around and dry this, because he's going to have his big owie eyes there, and one on this side. Okay, this is the white layout. Now I've just dried that, so that I can get this colour on top without any problems. So we want some white around here, and the same on the other side. Coming up his big luscious eyebrow type of things here. Okay, we'll put some white there and we'll get some more white down here somewhere. This is just putting all the whites where I want them. And we want to come around here as well, where his eyes are. And we fix up some of this white again a bit more, because it's all dry now.
So what's next?
All right, well, we've got the basis of the owl in there. We've primed it. We've put the base colour on there, which is the yellow oxide, and I'll put the white where I want it. Now I want to detail the eyes and a bit of detail in the body with some darker brown, and that should finish the owl off. Now I'm using the raw sienna, and I'm going to come around all these little bits and put the darker areas that I want in the little owl here. Okay, I'm going to detail it, but not to a fine degree, you know. I'm just going to sort of, just enough to, when you're looking at this picture, it gives it some sort of sense of well-being. Somewhere along there. Get some up in his body. We've got some and then the eyes will bring this little character to life as well. It's just a tedious little thing, but you know, at the end of the day, it gets things done. Get a bit up here as well. All right, now I'm getting the Van Dyke brown for the very darkest colour. I want to darken up there a bit, and the same on this eye here, so it'll give the eye a bit of depth. Just around there like that, something simple. Probably a little bit in there, and up in there, in there. In all these little crests and crevices, there's just that little bit of darkness, creating a bit of depth in it. Alright, we're just going to finish off with these big old eyes here, so we'll give him some beautiful big blue eyes. I'm just using my smaller flathead brush, but any brush you find suitable that's going to work for you, use it, okay? So long as I can get the eyeball reasonably round. And we'll do the other side. I mean, it's just a small eyeball, but the amount of work you can put into it to make it effective. Like, we've got that. Now we'll clean that brush. We'll grab the darker phthalo, because I just used phthalo blue and white in that. Now I'm just grabbing the phthalo blue on its own. And we're it's gonna mix with that lighter colour blue, so it'll do the blending for us. And we'll sort of just get a side of the eye darker than the other. Let's do the other side now. Now I'll give him a black eyeball, or an iris. I'll get my eyeballs and irises mixed up. Just dancing that on top of these colours here. Get a decent circle there. And we'll just give his eyes a bit of reflection. And just a piece of resistance. Give him a glare coming in his eye like that. Okay. Okay, so there's our eyes looking at a glance. So what do you think, Jeff?
Yeah, I like it.
That's your owl. We've got a basic background, a basic tree. What we'll do, I'll just sign it, and where's my pen?
Do you want to put to Jeff, me mate?
No, I'm just going to sign it as a piece and that's it. On the back of these canvases I write on them. Okay, so we'll just sign this. Okay, we've got that all signed up there. Grab us that, there's a frame down there, Jeff. We'll just see what this looks like with a frame on it, alright? And they always dress things up, sometimes they look better. Look at that, eh? There you go, we've got a simple owl on the branch on a tree with a glare of a moon there. We could have done the moon any old way, but I've just done it like a glare, okay? That's not too shabby, eh? Okay, I hope you enjoyed that little exercise. So for all you beginners out there, come in here, Jeff. This is Jeff today, he was here.
I'm here. Thanks, mate, for letting me into your domain and showing me all your expertise and painting this lovely thing for me. I really appreciate it, mate.
That's all right. Well, you wanted an hour and you got an hour. It's a simple hour.
Exactly what I want.
Why don't you ever think about getting into painting, or you... Yes, no?
I'm not very artistic, that's why I got you to do it.
Okay, no worries. Not a problem. All right. Well, I hope they enjoyed the show. Do you reckon, Jeff?
I hope so.
All
Truly
right.
hope so.
Okay. If you like what I did today, you tell a friend, but if you don't, you tell everybody, eh? Everybody.
Everybody.
Even you, they can tell.
That's
all
it.
right, all the best, goodbye, good luck, and good on you.